Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Superintelligence. And this is a new film from HBO Max, started streaming today on Thanksgiving, and this is from director Ben Falcone, starring his wife Melissa McCarthy, and it's about this super intelligent AI who wants to experiment over a couple of days, following along with this woman who's, average as human can be. And the superintelligence is voiced by James Corden for most of the film because Melissa McCarthy's character absolutely loves James Corden. And you know what? The first act of this film is really funny, clever. I was enjoying this way more than I thought I was going to. The back and forth between Corden and McCarthy was really funny. Brian Tyree Henry, who works at Microsoft, who's a friend of Melissa McCarthy's character, is trying to figure this out, is funny as well, and they have a lot of great dynamics, and it brings up a lot of interesting perspectives. What would an average person do if magically $10 million was dropped into their account, or they got to drive around in a Tesla, and what would this super intelligence have to think about humanity? And that's all interesting. And then the film falls, starting that second act, into just being a cliched rom-com, because the super intelligence wants to see how Melissa McCarthy reacts trying to get back with her ex, played by Bobby Cannavale. And they have a lot of chemistry. They're fun, especially when they first reconnect in a grocery store. There's still a lot of great banter, but then it just really falls into a really tired, cliched kind of rom-com, and the superintelligence is off somewhere for a while, and you bring in these government agents, and it's really focusing on what's the government going to do to stop this. And a lot of that stuff going on in the center of the film feels so much less interesting than what was going on at the beginning. And then it really takes a turn for being much darker in the third act of the film, trying to hit some emotional weight, and I felt like that tonal shift really didn't work as well as it could have. It definitely has some of the same issues as Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, where that tone's really hard, and when you're getting really dark and apocalyptic, it's hard to, unless you're going to go really dark comedy, it's hard to balance zippy humor and trying to hit these emotional beats. And I feel like there's a lot of other films that did this better. The World's End has some of these elements to it, and it's done in such a fresh and flashier way. This film's very sheeny, and just Ben Falcone doesn't really add a whole lot of personality from a directing standpoint into the film. And it's a lot of pop culture references. A lot of them hit, though, honestly. But I felt like the film had so much promise, just dropped out, and then was trying to build it back up and never really hit back up to that height of the first act. It tried. And in the end, I felt like this film, if it was more focused and contained, may have been more interesting and continued to be as funny and interesting. But it wound up being really cliched rom-com for way too long of the film. But those are my thoughts on Superintelligent. I think a lot of people might get some good laughs out of this, at least. It's on streaming. But I don't know. I probably wouldn't watch this film again. But, at least you'll get some laughs out of it, and you just want something more lighthearted. Check this out this holiday weekend. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think of Superintelligence, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.